Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to program the Bigfoot Eurolite DMX Move foot controller. Okay, let's get the overhead camera going. So you've seen in some previous videos where I repaired the switch, the expression pedal fader switch. And now what I'm going to do is go through the process of assigning some fixtures to it and getting them to move and create some chase scenes. So this could be quite a lengthy video, so strap yourself in. I do have the instructions for this device, but I'm going to try and do everything I need to do from memory. Now I know how to make these lights work, how to get the chase scenes working, assign the fixtures, change the colours and everything else like that. I don't know everything about this device, so hopefully the information I will be sharing with you today will be helpful for you to program this particular controller, and it might be able to help you with some of the DMX controllers. But the first thing I need to do, I've chosen 3 lights out of our light rig. This already previously had all the chase scenes in that we used, but I've set it back to factory reset. So basically, I switch it off, and it is as if it would come out of the box from the factory. So it's completely, there's nothing in it. If I press the chase scenes, the chase channels, it says chase is all null. There's nothing programmed in it. It's completely flat. I do have a backup of all my chases and everything on this USB stick. So once I finish this, I'm going to re-upload all the original programs that I have, and I'll show you how you do that as well. But we'll just leave that USB safe for the time being. So first thing you need to do, if you want to get some control of your fixtures here, I've chosen 3. I'll show you those in a second. But we'll just zoom in. Zoom in. So you can see the screen. Yeah, like it says chase is all null. Basically, there's nada, zipola, nothing on this device. So what we have to do is patch some fixtures, right? And you select your fixtures via this section here, and you can have up to 15 fixtures. And all these are set to different DMX addresses. You can change them. I'll show you them in a second. But I'm just going to use these 3 fixtures. Now that could be, a fixture could be multiples of more than one light, but they have to be on the same DMX address. So say you have 4 spotlights on the floor, they could all be on the same DMX address and would be that fixture 1. Or you could have 1 individual fixture and 15 individual fixtures. I won't complicate things now because I'm just going to have 1 fixture, actually 1 physical light per fixture button here. Okay, so back to this screen. So what we have to do is find out the numbers to patch the fixtures. So we press the insert menu button. It's an insert menus escape. We press and hold that, and it goes in. It brings up another menu where menu 1 is patch fixtures. Second option is reset factory. Pretty self-explanatory. The next page is delete all fixture patch. Fade mode, run RDM DMX address setup, USB backup. So there's various things. We won't get into them at the moment. We're interested in patching a fixture. So we've got a patch fixture, and in this bottom screen it says to switch. It's got up and down arrows to switch the menus. So you can change the menus here, go to a different page. But we need to patch fixture. So I'm going to select this one and then press enter. Okay, so patch fixture, we're in the patch fixture mode. So now it's saying please select fixture. So we go back to this one. So I'm going to select fixture 1. Light comes on. or I could select fixture 2, fixture 3, right? So we'll go back to fixture 1, back to the menu, and it says fix 01 address 001. So this fixture 1, if I put both buttons on the screen, bring it out a little bit, bring it out a little bit, see if I can get all the buttons on the screen. There we go. So fixture 1, button 1 is DMX address number 1. So I don't have to do anything with that. I can remember that. I'm actually going to write it down on a pad. So I've got my pad here, and I'm going to write down fix 1 001, right? So I know the starting address. This will come apparent in a second. So I'm going to choose fixture 2. If you see, the starting address is 17017. So I'm going to write fix 2017. So on fixture 1, you have DMX address 1 to 16 to use on that particular fixture. Now you can change all these, but we're going to, for the purposes of simplicity, we're going to just use what was pre-installed on the Bigfoot device itself. So fixture 2 is DMX address 17. Now fixture 3 is DMX address 33. Right, is it getting Masonic now? 033. 33, right. So I'll probably put a red light on that one. Red for blood and adrenochrome. Anyway, we'll go down that road. So that's the 3 fixtures that we have. For a bit of information, fixture 4 will be starting address 49, fixture 5 is 65, fixture 6 is 81, and it goes up to fixture 15 is DMX address 177. And I believe the DMX address goes up to 255. So you can change those DMX starting addresses, but they have to correspond to your lights that you're using. This is where I've noted the starting addresses on the fixtures. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this out of the way for one second. Okay, and I'm going to bring on a light. Okay, this is one of the lights that we use. We'll switch it on while it's pointing at the camera. It's a Stervel, not sure what the model is. It's a Stervel. Yeah, its brand is Stervel, I'm sure. Bought from Tomans many years ago. They've got 9 RGBW LEDs in them. Now this will already be set to, these I have set up as fixture 1. As you'll see, I've got it noted there, fix 1. So let me find the kettle lead, plug it in. Now this won't do anything when you switch it on. Oh, there we go. It's already in DMX mode because we've set it up ready to go. So you can hear the fan kicking in there. So that A001, which was the fixture 1, if you remember on the button, that's starting address 001. Now, if your lights are in, say, they're in fade mode, as you can see, the lights coming on, and that's just maybe an automatic fade mode on a program. What you need to do is find out your DMX. You need to get your lights in DMX mode, which is the A00001 on this one. So I'm going to go through my menu. So I'm in menu mode, and I'm going to go through. So I've got test, fade, color, DMX. There it is. Right, DMX 01. Now, if I wanted to change and make this fixture 2, remember the starting address was, what were it? It was 17. So I would change my starting address to, boom, 17. Okay, now this is in DMX mode with a starting address of 17, and this would work on the fixture 2 button on the thing, but I don't want that. I want it on fixture 1. So I'm going to go back down to fixture 1. Boom, there we go. Right, so that one's ready to go. We'll unplug that now. We'll get the next light. Check out the address on that one. This one, whatever it is, here we are, is the moving head. Now, when I plug this in, it'll go through a calibration process, which just basically sets the X and Y axis. And see it. Oh, it's a bit noisy, this bad boy. I should have picked it up. I know one, the fans are a bit noisy. We'll just let it do its process in a second. Now, this is going to be fixture 2. Okay. Sorry for the noise on this one. And as you can see, it is saying D017, so it's already in fixture 2 mode. So again, like the other lights, if it was in, if it was in, I don't know, enter. So it's in just a random. It's in a random program that's doing its thing. And if I have one of these, I want if I get it into DMX mode again. So I'm going to find DMX at 017. So it's in DMX mode and it's 017, which is what I want for fixture 2. Again, if I want to change, if I wanted to make this fixture 1 and make it oh, gosh. There we go. 01. Now that would be fixture 1. But I want this to be fixture 2, so it's going to be number 17. Did I say 255 DMX addresses? I lied to you there because it's 517, I think. So this is DMX 01, where the other one said A, that was for address, D for DMX. Now, these lights are just very basic, cheap Chinese LED moving heads. They're exactly the same as it says professional show lighting wash minute LED moving heads. They're exactly the same as the stag headbangers, sort of just generic moving headlights. We bought them second hand some years ago, and they're pretty good. We have 4 of them, but mostly just used 2. So that's fixture number 2, programmed, ready to go. Boom. Right, get rid of that noisy bugger. Third light we're going to program is it's just again a very cheap LED park and got these from Amazon. They're very cheap, as you can see the signs of breakage there, but they're very bright, they're very good, pretty easy to use, they're nice and light, so we do sometimes we put them on some rigging. They're very light, so I can carry 4 of these and a couple of moving heads in a little bag, no problem with all the cables. Because some of the old fixtures with big metal cases were just so heavy, which we have got. I've got some down here somewhere. But anyway, where's my kettle lead? I'm going to plug this in. Now the light will come on automatically on this one, and this is fixture 3, and it's automatically set up as in DMX 81. Now, but we want DMX 33 because this must be for some other lighting. I have it somewhere else in the system, so we'll change it to 33. Oh, change it to 80. Get that Masonic number. We're at the top of the tree, right? So you see the lights come on automatically. You can change it to like program modes, do all the other things. But again, if you want to sit on DMX and you've got one of these lights, you can't get any DMX control until you get it into DMX mode, which in this case is DMX. It's in mode 33. Again, it's got a fan on it. It's a little bit noisy, but we'll unplug that. Incidentally, these are going to be controlled. I would not. You can get DMX cables or use mic cables. The I recommend DMX cables. Um, but we use a combination of XLRs and these Chauvet DJ wireless dongles. So I'll be using one of these, which is the transmitter that will plug into the back of the Bigfoot, and I'll be using three of these, which is the receiver. And these are pretty good. Do a little review on them while they're here. You just basically switch them on, and they're very easy to pair up. The corresponding numbers represent channels that they're on. This is actually a spare one that I have. So this one's on. That's currently in channel 1 because there's no lights on it. This one is currently in channel 16 because there's 4 lights in it. And how this works is you press it once. So that's channel 1, no lights. Channel 2, 1 light. Channel 3, the next light. Channel 4, 2 lights. And so on. And the combination of the lights gets you to the top of the tree, which is channel 16. But I want them on channel 1 because that's on channel 1. So if I switch that button over, they're both paired up. And that'll be talking to that. Not a problem, not a bother. Not a bother. And they come with a caddy. Um, they're pretty good, these. Although I do have the other transmitter that I do have that came with the original bundle that I bought. It switches a bit dodgy and they haven't been dropped, but it still comes on. But you can switch it on sometimes and it doesn't do any lights, but little jiggle. So if you're thinking about buying these, it's something to consider. You just have to be careful with these things. We do find sometimes mobile phones. So I'm out of shot there. Do sometimes find that mobile phones are interfere. We've got a lot of EMF on stage, so it sometimes does. Like the guitarist's wireless pack may affect it, and sometimes we have to change the channels just to combat that. But anyways, right. I'm going to pause the video for the time being, get the Bigfoot back up and running, get the lights set up, and then hopefully you'll see how I program it, and hopefully that will help you program yours. See you in a sec. Okay, welcome back. It's the following day from from the previous half of this video. I may be a little croaky. I seem to have woke up with a little bit of a bug. Um, So we'll see how I get on. A little bit deep. And it's also been snowing outside, beginning of January, the annual snow in the UK. Let's not to worry. It's not global boiling. Anyways, let's get down to it. So I've got this set up now. So hopefully you can see the screens and you can see the fixtures and the chase buttons. And in the bottom right hand corner, you can see the 3 fixtures that I've got. If you remember, the one on the left is set to DMX address 001. The one in the middle is fixture 2, 017, and the one on the right is fixture 3, 033. Now, I do have the instructions for 2 of the fixtures, the floodlight, which is, I can confirm, is a stable, sorry, I thought it was stable. Anyways, HLX9 quad color 9x8 watts. It's an LED floodlight. I also have the German, and it's an LED fluter. Excuse me. Anyway, I've got these set to for the purposes of ease. I've got that light set to 6-channel mode. Now the lights you can set up in 6-channel mode, 4-channel mode, 6-channel mode, uh, 8-channel mode. And basically, what that means is, depending on the light controller that you're using, the more channels that you use, the more individual functionality we have. This is a 16-channel controller. So because we've got 2 banks of 8, so we've got 16 options of being able to control the 16 parameters we can change on the lights. Now, there's going to be, I've got them set up as much as possible because they will correspond to what it says on here, but one of the lights doesn't, which we'll come to in a second. But interestingly, this English instructions, where it is 6-channel mode, it's actually in French. I think it's in French. Yeah, like Belgian. So I never noticed that before because we normally have it in 14-channel mode. But anyway, we're in 6-channel mode, so I can tell you what we've got going on here. And these are the instructions for the moving head. And this is where they don't correspond to the channels. Well, I'll show you in a second. I don't have the instructions for the little park on the right, but it doesn't matter because getting your head around this sort of stuff is sometimes about experimenting. So if you don't have the instructions, you can just press the button, see what happens, and note them down. Right. So as I say, the flood on the left is fixture 1, moving head, fixture 2, park can, fixture 3. So we're going to start off with the floodlight. Okay. So it tells me in French or whatever. The first one, it has 2 values from 0 to 63 and 64 to 127. I think 0 to 63 is the dimmer section, because when it's beyond that, if I've chosen fixture 1, so if this has a D on channel 1 because we're on bank A channel 1, and that should be the dimmer section. And if I whack this up to the full, which you should do, so you can always dim the lights individually on their coloured channels, but if you have your master dimmer up, so if I turn this up, it should come on red, but it doesn't because I've gone beyond value 63. So I'm going to go back to 0, and the red should come up, and there it is, nice and bright. And it doesn't seem to 63. It doesn't. Oh, I've gone to beyond that. It doesn't seem to change the master dimmer. So for this purposes, I'm just going to leave that down to 0. So say the first scene, chase, so the first chase I'm going to store is my overhead floods. Bear in mind, I've got 2 of these, so imagine I'm on stage. I want 2 of them in red. So what I do is I select the chase, bang. So chase 1 is just going to be the floods on red. So, what I didn't say before was I put it in recording mode. And to put it in recording mode, you press and hold the record button. Choose the fixture, get the colour you want, and get the scene that you want. So I'm just going to have those. Imagine there's 2 on stage coming back, pointing towards the stage. So I'm going to record that chase sequence. So I'm going to press, and all the lights should just flash up, and away we go. Boom. So that's that set. So if I come out of recording mode, the lights go off. There's no chases selected. If I press, there's only there's 2 chases set up at the moment, but one won't do anything. So we're in chase 1, and if I press activate, go, select the chase, the red light comes on, and it also indicates on the hand controller here. Incidentally, you can use this as a desktop light controller as well if you wanted. So if I press that, the light will go off. It'll activate the chase, or if I press it there, the light will go off. So that's in standby, ready for chase to come back on. So it's not going at the moment. Let's go again. Or you can black it out there, or you can black it out with the master dimmer. And depending on the light quality, like sometimes they can flicker in the LEDs, but they seem to, but it's quite smooth. It's actually quite smooth. So put that back up to full. So if I go to chase 2 where there's nothing programmed, the light will go out. Boom, nothing. Right, so I'm going to put it back in recording mode. So back in recording mode, we're still selected with the fixture 1, but I'm going to go to fixture 3. So I've got these as back black floodlights. So I know these correspond to the colours dimmer, red, green, blue, white, amber. So amber, ultraviolet isn't on there on the light. So if I whack red up, and let's go for green. Go for green. Nothing will happen until I turn the master dimmer up, and I can turn the green up and down or do it slightly. Oh, because I've got red up a bit there. Switch that. So there we are. I've got green. Let's say I want to have a backlit green for a moment in the song. I'll set that on chase 2. So chosen chase 2. None of the other fixtures are selected. It's just fixture 3. Chase 2. It's going to be green. Press record. Boom. Record. So come out of recording mode. Press and hold. So we're back into auto mode. So chase 1 was our original light. Red. Boom. Go to chase 2. Our green light should come on. Bar can. Boom. Green light. There we go. Looking good. Right, so let's get something going with that moving head. So we'll go back into recording mode. Choose chase 3. Switch off fixture 3. Switch on fixture 2. Now this, excuse me. Now this is where this is it there. This is an 8-channel mode. Now when you're dealing with moving heads, this says pan and tilt are on channel 15 and 16, but it doesn't, because you'll see if I move channel 1, it starts panning. If I use channel 2, that's tilting. So if I just turn it around so it ain't blasting at the camera, I'll put it in that direction. I'll point it towards the wall. And I'll point it slightly towards the camera so you can see the colour. It's a bit lively. You can do a fine adjust on these as well. But for the purposes of this, say I want to create a dramatic white light. So the corresponding instructions on here don't match up with the channels on here, so we're gonna have to wing it and see what happens. So I don't know what the master dimmer is. So what should be green? It should be 3. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Put it back down to 0. Blue, what happens? Nothing. White, what happens? Nothing. Amber, what happens? Nothing. UV, nothing. So we'll go through them all and see what happens. Go to bank it. B, what happens there? Nothing. Nothing. So we've got to find which one is the master dimmer. So we're going to do it by a process of elimination. So I want the white light. This is what I'm determined. Sometimes you've got to compromise with these things. You have happy accidents with this. Again, like I say, I'm not an expert. We do have quite an interesting light setup, but sometimes the effects that we come up with have just been happy accidents. So right, I'm going to go back to bank A. Some of these are, remember, 1 and 2 are pan and tilt, so the rest must be colours. So there's got to be a master there. So I'm going to turn up channel 8, turn that to full, see if that's the master dimmer. And a colour. No, nothing. So I'm going to turn channel 8 down. Channel 7. Go whack that up. Is that the master dimmer? Yes, it is. You have to excuse me. Sorry, I'm just absolutely floored with this man flu. I haven't taken a COVID test. I never took one anyway. Anyways, so we know the master is channel 7. And so channel 3 is white. Channel 4 ain't doing anything. Okay, that's interesting. So we wanted white, but I want to be able to find the other colours. So let me just leave that up. Does it do any other colours? Ah, I see. Ah, interesting. Right. Okay. I'm absolutely lying to you because it seems right. So the process of elimination. Right. So the one that says B blue is red, but if I turn the green one down, that might be the master dimmer. The green one master dimmer. So yes, it is. Okay, lie to you completely. So we've got pan tilt and master dimmer. So everything shifted up one because that should be the master dimmer. Okay, so now we know where we are with this. So we get the master dimmer up. Channel 4's red. Channel 5's green. Channel 6 is blue. And channel 7 is UV. Sorry, white, but it says the UV on there. Okay, and I want white. So I'm going to smack that to white. So imagine this when there's just that there's a couple of those on stage with a little bit of smoke haze. Looks good for a bit of drama. So now we know it's prudent to take note down all of these. I think we did actually note down what on. Yeah, we did when we were setting these lights up, moving heads because they didn't correspond. So we've made some notes. I should have taken a look at them anyway. But this shows you how you can experiment. You're not going to break anything. You can find out what's what and then take notes of them. So we know now that is a master dimmer, and that one's white. So we want that white. Looks like some blue in there as well. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Go back to white. Because these are with the sunlights, they've only got RGB LEDs and all on creates the white light, but these have got a white LED. Right, so I'm going to choose Chase 3 and press record. Boom. Right, so we'll go back to auto mode. We're out of record mode. Chase 1, red light. Chase 2. Good thing about this is if you've got some sequence going and you want to change your lights for maybe a chorus or a blackout or a maybe an encore, you have some lighting sequences set up. They don't change. The lights don't change until you hit the go. So the previous chase will keep on going until you activate the next chase that you want. So we've gone. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I completely cocked that up. I'm going to start that again. Choose chase 3, item 2. I'm going to move the light. Yeah, must not have recorded. Must not have pressed record. So just tilt it around a bit so it's not right in the camera's face. Right. We'll go around. I'm going to go all the way around. Whoa, back. Whoa. Like I say, there is a fine adjustment. Have a look through your instructions. You'll probably find all these channel modes online anyway. And this, like I said, these are generic Chinese ones, so the lights generally are all the same. So I've chosen Chase 3. I need my light. We know that's a dimmer, so I'm going to whack that up full. No, this one's the white one, so I'm going to whack that on full. White. Now I'm going to press record this time on Chase 3, just the white moving head. Right, recorded. I'm not sure what happened before, so I'm going to come out of record mode. Okay, so we're back in auto mode, and I'm going to choose. I'm going to go through. Yeah, we've got 3 chases. So now, chase 1, red. Chase 2, green. Chase 3, white LED. Boom! And you can see here the chase sequences are changing. You can switch that off. Choose on there. Switch that off. Choose on there. or you could put both on at once, or all three, which is handy. We don't use it in that. It's just really handy if you've got somebody in your band, like a wife, a girlfriend, or somebody, or a pal. You could have this set up, and they could do the lights for you and do a sequence of them, because obviously you can't control those with your feet. The ones down here you can control with your feet, which is purely down to the pre-programmed chases. You have some other little bit of functionality, but generally it's a chase and it's pre-programmed. Okay, so we'll switch all those off. Now, that's the basic setup of getting three fixtures working independently on three chases. Now, what you say you want to have two lights on at once. So let's have the floodlight and the power can on once. So we're going to choose, we're going to go back into record mode. We're going to choose chase 4, another chase. So we're going to choose chase 3, fixture 3, and make sure it's fully dimmed up. And this time I'm going to choose a blue light. Okay. I'm going to switch fixture 3 off, so there's no control over it. But I'm going to go to fixture 1. I'm going to leave that down because remember, the maximum dimmer when that is on is down. I'm not sure why it's up. So we want blue on that one as well. Okay. A nice blue hue. Right. So we'll record that on fixture 4. Just move it over a little bit so you can see the light. Trying to get everything in on the screen there. So fixture 4 selected. Both the lights are blue. Boom. Okay. So we'll come out of record mode and test that. So fixture, let's go back to fixture 3, which was the moving head, and then we'll go to fixture 4. The power can and the floodlight should go blue. Boom. So there we want all three of them on. So we'll go back into record mode, and this time I'm going to choose chase number 5. Fixture 1. I'm going to have that white, let's say. So I'm going to change the white LED. Boom, have that one. And I'm going to have the moving head. I'm going to have blue. Oops. Got to turn the thing up. No, that's red. Blue. And I'm going to have the back end. I'm going to have that red. Red, white, and blue. Red, 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 white, and blue. Okay. So that's in. Let's move the moving head a little bit so as well. So tilt it up a bit. Pop it up there. Okay, record. Chase 5. Boom. Right. Right, recording mode. Now the lights go off. We've got chase 3, which was it was the white light. Chase 4 was just the blue ones, and the one we just recorded, chase 5, should be the red, white, and blue. Nice. Right, that's the basic setup just for some lights. What you can do now, if you want some action of some flashing lights, there's a couple of ways you can do it, but I'll show you probably the least complicated way, although it does take a little bit longer, but it's the least complicated way if you don't have the instructions. If you've got the instructions, because some of the lights will have pre-programmed sequences in there flashing, and you've got some moving out, might have little patterns and what have you. But I'm just going to show you a way that you can choose flashing lights. I'm purely going to be on the moving head, so we're going to choose. We're back in recording mode. Back in recording mode. We'll choose chase number 6. Choose fixture number 1. and I'm going to have that flashing through a sequence of all the lights at full brightness. So I'm going to leave the dimmer where it is, and I'm going to go red. Okay. Now this time, again, I'm still in chase number 6. I'm going to press the record button. Okay, and that's recorded a step there, right? I'm going to switch the red off, and I'm going to switch the green on. It's a full blast. I'm going to record it again, and it's recorded another step, step 2. So I'm going to switch off all the green, switch on the blue, press and record a step. There's step 3, turn the blue down, and the white up. Step 4. Okay. It'll come out of recording mode. So now, when we choose chase number 6, the floodlight will go through the red, green, blue, and white. I'm not sure at what speed. You can change the speed of them, but we'll just run through it. It might flash really fast, it might flash really slow, but I'll show you how to change the speed of that. Alright, so let's go. Okay. That's not too bad as a relatively slow fade. You can change the speed of it on the tap tempo. You see, the chase sequence is going, the steps it's going through is 1, 2, probably every 2.5 seconds or something. Every 2 seconds, maybe. Per light change. But if you press the tap tempo button, you can change the speed of it. So you can sync it with your music that's got going on. Or you can put it into music mode and the built-in microphone, wherever it is. I think you have to plug a microphone in. I think it does have a microphone built in. We'll change it. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. We'll leave it in auto mode. And yeah, away it goes. Now, if you want to change that, so you want to mix some colours, you think, right, okay, let's go back into record mode, choose chase that you're on, and you're going, I want to blend the lights. So you look at the chase that you were on. Remember, if chase 4 was white, you think, well, I don't want white, it's too bright. You can choose, if you go through the up and down buttons here, you can go through the different steps, which step 1's red, step 2's green, step 3's blue, step 4's white, and that's the one we want to change. So what we'll have to do here is we have to delete step 4. So we select step 4, we go up here, we delete it, bang. Okay, and so what we'll do is we've got the light set up, we'll just make sure we've got the chase. I'm going to choose the white again. Oops, I'm going to turn the blue off because we're on step 3. So I'm going to turn the blue off and I'm going to mix red and green. Okay, I think that's what I want there instead. I'm going to press record, and this should record on step 4. There we go. So come out of recording mode. Chase. Oh, go down here. So I'll get used to it. So go to chase 6. It'll go through them. This time it'll do white. It'll do red and green mixed. Yeah. Okay. Switch it off. So if we want some action with the moving heads, in this section here, there is some pre-programmed patterns that you can have. So we'll go back into recording mode, choose fixture 2, the moving head, and this time we go to this menu button down here because it says top chase or 2 movements. Okay, so we're choosing movements now. So we've gone from the menu, we've gone from when we press these buttons, it's not going to be choosing the chases, it's going to choose the movement. So if we hit the first one, the light should move. I selected the right one. I'm in record mode. Oh, there we go. It's going crazy. Ah, there we go. You've got to choose the effect that you want. Right. Okay. You have an effect. And let's just choose that one again. So that's the colours, and it's going a bit mental. And we choose that light sequence. It's done a bit of a rocking headbang. So let's record that on J7. Okay. In fact, let's give our lights some other lights with it as well. So let's give the other two lights. So we switch off the moving head. If we don't want to affect any controls on that, that's just going to do its thing. And we'll just put up uh, blue on that one and red on that one. Okay. So we're going to record this on chase number 7. Back. Okay. Come out of recording mode and let's double check. Chase number 5, which was red, white, and blue. Chase number 6 was a flashing floodlight. Chase number 7, moving head going mental, and all the other lights static. Now you can go through each step and add lights to them all. I can't remember how many steps that you can create. I think it's 99 maybe. So it can be really quite complex. Switch that off. Now this is a bit of an overview of putting basic light controls and lighting effects to a modest light system. You can really get really complex with this, or really simple. And it's really versatile because you can get your bass player stop scratching his ass and control some lights. Yeah, I'm going to get some comments. My bass player does this, my bass player does that. Anyway, whatever. The point being is anybody who's got spare feet, um, not doing anything, even if you just have switching the lights to static in between songs, makes a big effect rather than just having the lights flashing all the time. Blackouts can be dramatic. Now, hopefully, it's given you an idea of how you can program this if you do happen to own one of these units. Um, and it's been clear because when I first got this, there was sort of very little in English videos. There was some, I think, some German videos which looked very informative, but I don't speak German. And it's quite an old unit, but they still sell them on Toman now, and they're a cracking bit of kit. So hopefully that will give you an idea of, like I said, some basic programs and gives you a bit of an idea on what's going on here. What I'm going to do now is I can't remember if I showed you the pre-program. I'm going to plug my USB stick in and reprogram the lights as were, and then show you a little bit of a demo on that. I'll be back in a sec. Right. Okay, so I'll put the USB stick in the USB port. I'm going to press and hold the menu button, and I'm going to scroll up to USB data load. USB data load. Press enter. And it says load file from USB, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to choose yes there. Enter. And it's going to ask me to select which file it's on because of the I think you can have up to 15 files on the USB stick. Now I know it's on file 1, so I select file 1, and it's going to start loading. We're just going to overwrite what we've just programmed, which is fine because that was only a test. And it just takes a few seconds for it to load up. I always keep a USB stick with this lighting controller when we're at gigs, just in case someone freaks out for whatever reason. It says file read. Okay, so let's the first. Oh, I need to come out of that. So I need to press and hold escape. So we're back into auto mode. Yeah, I'm just going to demonstrate one which we call first. So it's when we first kick into our songs. One got flashing, which is slightly different. Static, which is songs. Strobe. Warlight, which is when we do war pigs, we have a kind of searchlight thing going on. Basically, that's it, right? So that'll hopefully give you an idea of how it quite easy actually. It's quite intuitive because I know DMX can be quite a dark art. Back in the old days when you had dip switches, it seemed to be a bit problematic, and you can have problems with cables. I recommend using, if you do use cables, use proper DMX cables. I'm not exactly certain how it works, but they work on a different frequency. I think there's less shielding on them than there is on a normal XLR cable. And you also need a terminator, which I should have to hand, but basically the last light on your sequence, you have a little terminator and it stops errant frequencies coming back down the cable and causing problems. But there's tons of videos of people sharing that. This is mainly about the Eurolite Bigfoot. But if you've enjoyed this video, please be careful with that like button. Just press it gently. Don't smash it. Just press it gently because I don't want it breaking. Hopefully grow the audience. Share this with your geeky friends. Share this with your bandmates. Recommend buying one of these. They're great. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you on the next one.